right, Abby, so tell us about your friend here that just wasn't ready for the truth about her relationship.
Oh my God. The one thing I've learned about female friendships in my 28 years of life is that people are just going to do whatever they're going to do. Like, you have no power or control to make them do anything, even if you know that thing is going to be good or better for them. And I have a mutual friend that had to have a really brutal conversation with her friend. She had to look her in the eye and say, that man is never marrying you. Oh. And no woman wants to hear that. So these are
Does she know this is fact or this is just her gut?
I mean, I'm going to explain why it's basically fact. So these are mutual friends that like I've had interactions with, but this isn't necessarily like my friend group. It's sort of like a friend of a friend. So the last time I hung out with this group was a couple of years ago, and it was around the same time that somebody else in the group was getting married. So of course we're talking about like proposals and all the things that like girls love to gab about and like rings. And this friend that had to get the brutal truth has been in a relationship since high school. It was a little bit on and off because, you know, it's been like 8 or 10 years or so since they got together. So of course there's like some up and downs, but they've been in a very committed relationship for a very long time. So naturally everyone kind of turns to her and goes like, oh, do you think like you're going to get engaged anytime soon? Like, I feel like you guys are going to be the next step to get married since you guys have been together for so long. It's been like a decade. And she's like, well, yeah, he wants to get married, but he's a little bit worried about like the whole prenup situation. His family comes from money and like he needs to write a prenup and then I got to look it over. And we're all kind of like, okay, so like write up the prenup. And she's like, yeah, it'll happen at some point. Like, you know, he's just really nervous about the whole prenup thing since his family's so rich. And we're like, okay, that's a little weird. And over the last couple of years, I've kind of heard similar things from my mutual friend that is close friends with her, kind of the same thing of like, it's getting pushed down the line for some stupid reason. Like it's a prenup, or now he wants to buy a house and he doesn't want to get engaged around the same time he's buying a house, or he's buying a new car and he doesn't want to get engaged around the same time he's buying a new car. And it all came to a head where I think they were celebrating like their 10-year anniversary. Because again, they've been together since high school, and they were going on this big family vacation. And I guess his family never really gets together for any reason. They're not like a super close family. And this is like the one time they're getting together for this big family vacation. And this girl just feels it in her gut. She's like, I'm getting engaged this weekend. Like, why else would he get his family together to go on this fun beach vacation where everyone's going to be there for the first time? My family doesn't live too far from there. Like, it just makes so much sense that this is the weekend that he would propose. The weekend happens. Mm-hmm. He doesn't propose. And she is furious. She's like, I can't believe we've been together for 10 years. And he knows I want marriage. He knows this is something I want. I've vocalized this over and over and over again. And she ends up moving out of his house. She's like, I'm done. Good. I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. She eventually moves back in. And my friend tells me that when she moved back in and decided to get back together with him, she's like, I had to sit her down, look her in the eye and tell her, this man is never going to marry you. What else does he need to know about you to be able to commit to you? You guys have known each other since high school. You guys say you love each other. You guys live together. What else is going to happen in his life that is going to make him feel more comfortable with getting married? At the end of the day, this is just it.
If he wanted to, he would.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
If he wanted to, he would. And I know she feels like she's invested 10 years and you don't want to throw away 10 years of your life. But it's like, how many more years are you going to waste for shoulda, coulda, woulda?
I think we forget how young we are at this age. Because again, especially with the pressure in the South and you see all your friends getting married, you're like, I have put so much time into this relationship that I want to get what I want out of it. I love this guy. I want to spend the rest of my life with him. I want to have kids. And now all of a sudden I look up and I'm 26, 27. Yep. And who knows if I'm even going to find somebody? And will I be able to have kids by the time I find somebody? So I really feel for her. But at the same time, like, I'm really glad my friend had the guts to say this man is never going to marry you. Because someone's got to say it.
This is where that line in the sand day comes, right? I totally and completely agree with what you're saying here. I know too many women that have been in relationships for 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, and dude just wakes up one morning and he's like, you know what? Marriage just isn't for me. And now you've just spent 8 years with a dude that you don't have a history with unless you change your attitude about marriage. But if you want to be married, you should have a date in your head. You don't pressure him because that's an ultimatum, but a date in your head. And if he makes it, great. If not, time to move on.
What did he say to get her back into the house?
Well, I think this is what he said. This is his justification. And this is a man that comes from money, who drives a Range Rover, who purchased his own home in his mid-20s. And he looks this woman in the eyes and he goes, I just want to feel a little bit more settled in life before we get engaged. What more do you need? You drive a Range Rover, you own a home in a very large metropolitan city.
Yeah.
You are fine.
Yeah, get out of here with that.
And I feel so bad for her.
Get out.